Napoli are emerging as a big threat to AC Milan's bid to sign Manchester United's Marcus Rashford after admitting defeat in their attempts to keep Georgian winger Ivica Kvaratskhelia at the club. Kvaratskhelia has been identified as the player to kickstart a Paris Saint-Germain rebuild following Kylian Mbappe's move to Real Madrid in the summer. And Napoli boss Antonio Conte has now revealed that the man also attracting interest from Liverpool is probably on his way out. But Conte is demanding a top-class replacement to keep his bid for the Serie A title on track. And the Naples club are now expected to firm up their interest in Rashford. United were looking to raise £70 million for the England international this month after he revealed he wanted to seek a new challenge. But while there has been no shortage of interest in the winger, it now appears that a loan deal represents the best chance of a move being done. Rashford currently earns £300,000 a week at Old Trafford, and Milan were hoping the Reds would continue to pay a significant chunk of his wages when they lodged an interest in making the signing happen. Kvaratskheilia's departure to PSG would give them the scope to offer United a better financial arrangement. Rashford's head has been turned by interest from Barcelona, with PSG, Monaco and Borussia Dortmund also contacting United to discover the parameters of any deal. But Barca would first have to sell players to free up enough money from their wage bill to meet La Liga regulations and have been involved in a legal battle just to secure the registration of £51 million new signing Dani Olmo. Rashford may decide to be patient to see if the Catalan club make the necessary moves to get an agreement in place. But if Napoli can secure a quick agreement with PSG for Kvaratskhelia, they will be well placed to finance an offer that would enable Rashford to line up with his former United teammate Scott McTominay in Italy. Manchester United are close to completing the signing of Diego Leon after the defender was spotted at an airport. The left-back will not officially join United until he turns 18 in April, but reports from his native Paraguay state that Leon has travelled to England this weekend to undergo a medical and finalise the move. Leon has impressed since making his first-team debut for Cerro Porteño last August, and was also linked with the likes of Arsenal and Manchester City. However, he is now set to join United and will become the first new signing under Ruben Amorim. Paraguayan journalist Juan Denis shared several photos on social media of Leon at the airport as he prepared to fly to Manchester. According to La Nación, United are keen for the teenager to get to know the club's facilities. The report also states that Leon will only spend a few days in Manchester as he is set to feature for Paraguay's under-20s in the Under-20 South American Championship, which gets underway in Venezuela this month. United will pay an initial fee of around £3 million, but there are certain add-ons included in the deal. Paraguayan outlet Versus are also reporting that the current plan is for Leon to remain with Cerro Porteño for the first half of the year, before joining up with United for pre-season in the summer. Leon will join at a time when United are in desperate need of more depth at left-back, with both Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia currently out of action. The pair have struggled badly with injuries in recent years and have been limited to just 14 Premier League starts between them since the beginning of last season. Leon has been compared to Real Madrid legend Marcelo and Manolo Jimenez, who handed him his Cerro Porteño debut, believes he has a big future. Manchester United have seen in him what I saw, what my teammates saw. I am honestly very happy that this signing can be completed, he told Versus. I hope everything goes well for him in everything that comes. He's a prototype of a fullback in many attacking conditions. With his age, he still has time to improve in his defensive aspect, which is what he has to grow. Surely in Manchester, they will give him the right job so that he can develop. The day he's clear about his decision-making, he will be a great player and won't make mistakes that can't be criticised. But these are typical for his age and his inexperience. AC Milan are preparing to offload a forward in order to make room in their squad for Marcus Rashford. Manchester United are desperate to find a new home for Rashford in the January transfer window after he was frozen out by Ruben Amorim. Rashford has admitted that he is ready for a new challenge and has been searching for possible exit routes this month. Milan has emerged as the most likely option after the 27-year-old rejected the idea of moving to Saudi Arabia or Turkey at this stage in his career. However, a move has been made difficult by the money involved, with Rashford on £325,000 per week at United until June 2028. The Italian giants want to take him on an initial loan deal until the end of the season, but are unwilling to even pay half of his wages, with their top earner, Alvaro Morata, only on £150,000. Nevertheless, Milan have not given up on negotiations with United and are pressing ahead with other work in the January window, which could pave the way for his arrival. Reports in Italy state that Milan forward Noah Okafor is flying to Germany on Friday to sign for RB Leipzig on an initial loan deal that could become permanent for around $25 million, 21 in the summer. The Swiss forward joined Milan from RB Salzburg for 15.5 million in the summer of 2023, but has been deemed expendable. His departure will free up space in the side, as well as on the wage bill for Rashford, whose brother and representative Dane has been in Italy this week working on the deal. United are more than happy to sanction an exit after co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe made it clear that every player in the squad has a price. The England forward has not played for United since the 2-1 win over Victoria Plzen in the Europa League on December 12th. He has contributed 7 goals and 3 assists in 24 appearances this season and is now edging closer to leaving his boyhood club before the window closes on February 3rd. For me, personally, I think I'm ready for a new challenge and the next steps, Rashford said in December. When I leave, it's going to be no hard feelings. You're not going to have any negative comments from me about Manchester United. That's me as a person. If I know that a situation is already bad, I'm not going to make it worse. I've seen how other players have left in the past and I don't want to be that person. When I leave, I'll make a statement and it will be from me. League One side, Marseille have been tipped to renew their interest in former Manchester United midfielder Andreas Pereira in the January transfer window, with a potential Mason Greenwood reunion on the cards. Pereira was the subject of a bid from Marseille in the summer transfer window, but Fulham turned down the £20 million offer. Brazil international Pereira has played a part in all but 2 of Fulham's Premier League games so far this season, scoring twice and providing 1 assist. But the Times report that the Cottagers fear that Marseille will make another move to sign him in the January transfer window. The club, managed by Roberto De Zerbi, are currently in second place in the French top tier. One of their key players, Greenwood, with the 23-year-old having scored 10 goals and provided 3 assists in 16 league appearances so far this season. Pereira fueled speculation over his future when speaking about his links to De Zerbi during an interview conducted in Brazil in November. From outside England arrived an offer from Marseille, Pereira told PL Brazil via The Standard. "We talked, and unfortunately it didn't work." In the last few days of the summer window also there was interest from Nottingham Forest. "It would be very cool to go to Marseille, the way Roberto De Zerbi plays soccer. I was watching it with good eyes, but let's see now in January, or at the end of the season, if there will be a transfer, or if I will stay at Fulham." After the interview, he released a statement saying that his words were lost in translation, but he was left out of the following Premier League game against Tottenham. Brazilian club Palmeiras had a £16.5 million offer for the 29-year-old rejected by Fulham last week. Marseille completing a deal for Pereira would create a reunion with Greenwood, with the duo having been teammates during their time at Old Trafford. Greenwood left United in the summer after impressing during a loan spell with Getafe. Pereira spent 10 years at Old Trafford between 2012 and 2022 before completing a move to Fulham 2.5 years ago. He did, however, complete 4 loan spells away from the club. The picture is simple. In order to buy this January, Manchester United must sell. The club has no budget for this month and are pushed up against spending limits. United spent more than £200 million on 5 signings this summer, yet find themselves 13th in the table and winless in 4 Premier League matches. Ruben Amorim has thrown caution over the club's potential activity this month too. However, there are still rumours that a number may leave Old Trafford before deadline day. One of those is Marcus Rashford, who last month said he was ready for a new challenge amid his 4-game exile from the squad. A report from The Guardian claims AC Milan are ready to offer a loan proposal to United for Rashford, but any deal depends on the Italians covering most of his wages, which are reported to exceed £350,000 a week. It is unlikely United would permit a loan unless a large portion of the attacker's salary is covered. Napoli have also been thrown into the frame, although they are in a weaker financial position than Milan, who will mull over United's wage stance. A sale would benefit United better in regards to spending limits, but it seems unlikely clubs would be willing to saddle his full pay packet mid-season. Rashford has already turned down offers from Saudi Arabia and is not considering a move to Turkey, with the 27-year-old looking to bolster his chances to edging back into the England squad. Clubs from Saudi Arabia are hopeful that they might be able to take advantage of United's financial situation and prize Casemiro away from the club in January, according to The Telegraph. Al Nassr, the club of former Real Madrid teammate Cristiano Ronaldo, are framed as the frontrunners. The player is said to be open about the prospect of moving to Saudi, with his 33rd birthday just under 7 weeks away. The midfielder, who has started just 10 Premier League games this season, does not see his United contract expire until 2026. Manchester United flop Antony is being chased by Olympiacos after his agent revealed the winger would accept a loan move this month. United paid £86 million for Antony in September 2022 in arguably the worst value for money signing in Premier League history. He has struggled to make any impact since his arrival at Old Trafford, scoring only once this season in the Carabao Cup at Barnsley. The Brazilian has not registered a goal in the Premier League since April 2023 and is yet to even notch an assist this term. The chances of turning around his fortunes suffered a serious blow with Ruben Amorim's arrival as manager. He is yet to start a top-flight game under the 39-year-old and has been left on the bench or out of the squad in 5 of his 9 Premier League matches in charge. With more than 2 years to run on his contract and his hefty transfer fee, a permanent exit is unlikely. But according to the Daily Mail, Olympiacos are now lining up a loan move for the 24-year-old. With Amorim happy to let him leave, several clubs in Europe have become aware of the situation. Olympiacos would welcome Antony's arrival as they look to maintain their title bid. They currently sit top of the Greek Super League, though fierce rivals Panathinaikos are only 2 points behind them. Antony would likely jump at the chance to leave his nightmare at Old Trafford, albeit temporarily. The Brazilian's agent, Junior Pedroso, recently made a come-and-get-me plea on his client's behalf. Many clubs have approached us for Antony's move in January, Pedroso told Give Me Sport. Said, "These clubs wanted to understand the situation for Antony, so I can confirm that there's concrete interest. I can say that Antony's future is very much tied to Manchester United's interests. If the club thinks it would be a good idea to loan Antony out in January so he can get more minutes and regain his trust, we will work together on that option. Otherwise, Antony is working hard to regain his place and show his best skills under the new coach, Ruben Amorim." Amorim has left the door open for Antony to play a bigger role for United. He said last month he needs more confidence. If you remember the Antony that played in Ajax, he lacks a little bit of confidence to go 1-against-1, but he will improve. He is working really hard and trying and playing more inside than outside, especially in this game. He just has to do that, to work really hard, and I will help him to be a better player.